just a minute about some of the differences. As Mr. Schultz commented, hopefully your adjuster is going to be your best friend through this process. And in most cases, if the adjuster is an independent like myself, in other words, I don't work for one specific insurance company, it's also to my advantage to help you. And I'll explain why very quickly. Independent adjusters are typically paid based on what you get paid. So it behooves us to take care of you as best we can. However, the NFIP program has lots and lots of rules, and they like to change them regularly and send us bulletins. And so at the end of the day, while we want to give you as much money as we can under the program, there's often guidelines or limits, and we have to stop and say, no, I can't pay you for this, or I can only pay you this much. So keep in mind the adjuster's trying to help you, and they're not trying to keep funds from you. Because a lot of times our files get audited by FEMA. And if FEMA finds that we make a mistake, guess what? They want their money back. And they want it back from us. So we have to make sure that we follow those guidelines carefully. But we are here to help you. The other thing to understand is your adjusters, it may seem like they're taking forever to get their estimates completed or to get the paperwork turned in. We don't get paid until you get paid. So the other thing is they're not dragging their feet. They may have multiple claims going, or they may be waiting on specific items to get your claim closed. One of the first things I want to make sure everybody understands is if your adjuster did not offer you an advance payment, they likely should have. That's something FEMA trains us every year on and harps on us. The program is meant to get money into your hands as quickly as possible. Typically, it's somewhere between 30 and 40% of what we guess, because until we estimate it, we don't know the total of your claim is. And that money can be advanced by your insurance company. They'll typically ask you to sign a form for that. But if they haven't asked if you want an advance and you're feeling short on funds, it's another avenue for you to get the money in your hands to get your repair process started. The other thing is, if you do have a mortgage holder, I would definitely contact them immediately if you haven't already spoken to them. Every mortgage company has different rules, and typically we start to get questions back as adjusters, how do I do this, how do I handle that? You've got to get them involved in your process quickly because they all have different rules as to how they manage your funds to repair your house, because they have a vested interest in making sure you actually do the repairs. So one of the things you can do to help us as an adjuster is to document everything you can as quickly as you can. In our digital age, it's very easy to snap photos with your cell phone, take as many as you can, and send them all to us. We may not use them all, but the more information we have, the better picture we can paint for that insurance company. Well, we get an opportunity to come into your house and to visit with you face to face. The person ultimately paying your claim is likely sitting in another state somewhere. They will never be in your house. You will never meet them. So the picture we have to paint for them has to clearly show them all the damages in the house, as well as the things you had, your personal belongings that were damaged. So if you had large items, they definitely need to be documented. They actually make us write down model and serial numbers on what they call big ticket items. Any of these things that you can do ahead of time and just provide to your adjuster is helpful. If you have things taken out of your house, for example, if you pull the carpet out and it went off before your adjuster showed up, they might be giving you a hard time about what kind of carpet you had. Save samples. You don't have to save it all. Save them a square so that they can see what you had. Now, one of the big things about the program was talked about by FEMA earlier, and that's that we all have to sign a proof of loss before the claim can be concluded. Now, Mr. Schultz also commented on the fact that sometimes we find more damage. The proof of loss must be completed before your final payments are made, provided you maybe got an advance. But if during the repair process more damages are found, a supplemental claim can be opened. A lot of people are very afraid of signing that proof of loss because they think there is no more funds available. And as long as you haven't reached the limit of your coverage, and we can show why this additional damage is related, the claim can be reopened. As a final comment, I'll make a few statements on the substantially damaged issues. I'm definitely not going to overstep these guys. They know what they're doing. From the adjuster's side, though, there are a few things. The insurance companies require us to do evaluation of the home. You might hear us talk about it. As he said, you can't use it. It doesn't apply. The insurance companies make us do it. We also have a substantially damaged form that we complete. So don't be confused and ask your adjuster for their valuation to take into the city. It will not work. And then the other piece is, one of the comments that was made is other options that are available, and one of them is called the ICC. It stands for Increased Cost of Compliance. So these are for the substantially damaged homes that you might wish to elevate. It allows for an additional $30,000 to elevate your house. You still have to go through all of his rules down there and get qualified for it first. But once you do, you actually have to turn in a second claim. It's not filed as your flood claim that we initially come out and handle. So if you get qualified and you want to go after the additional increased cost compliance money, that is a separate claim you'll have to turn in with your agent or with your insurance company. They will assign sometimes the same adjuster, sometimes not, but likely a new claim number as well. So don't feel like just because you get approval there, it's instantly going to happen. There's still more paperwork and things that have to be done. One last thing, and that is you can be paid for your time in helping clean up your house. Here's the bad part. You only get federal minimum wage. However, every dollar counts. And if you spent 20 or 30 hours cleaning out the mud and the damage from your house, document it and talk to your adjuster about it. And if they have any questions after, I'm happy to answer them for you.
Great, thank you very much.